What working from home, JobKeeper, and cryptocurrency investments imply for Australian tax season. We're halfway into June, which means tax season is quickly approaching. Before you sit down to do the paperwork, or hire an accountant to do it for you, gather all of the documentation you might need to support your tax return. Here are a few things you should be aware of before filing your tax return. What if I worked from home? Many people will spend the majority of the current fiscal year 2020 to 2021 working from home. You can deduct home office expenses such as equipment or furnishings, as well as internet and phone usage. However, you cannot claim deductions for things like coffee and tea, your house rent or mortgage payments, or anything your company has paid you for. If you want to claim your expenses for working from home, you have two choices: the streamlined temporary approach introduced during the pandemic, or the traditional procedure. The Australia Taxation Office, ATO, introduced a kind of blanket sum last year that you may use to compute your working from home deductions. According to ATO Associate Commissioner Tim Lowe, the temporary shortcut lets you to claim 80 cents for every hour worked at home, and it is still in effect for this fiscal year. All you have to do is calculate the amount of hours you've worked from home and multiply that by 80 cents per hour, and that's your working from home deductions, Mr. Lowe adds. Two things to keep in mind: it's all inclusive, so it covers all of your working from home expenses, and second, you'll need to keep track of the number of hours you've worked from home. A roster, journal entries, or timesheets will be valuable as evidence for it. The old technique, or the fixed-rate technique at 52 cents per hour, is a little more involved, but it allows you to claim each item individually. If you use the 52 cent per hour method, things like internet and phone charges may be deducted, but only if they are work-related. Tech products such as your laptop, tablets, and mobile phone calls can also be claimed for the time you use them for business. Anything that is personal in nature is not deductible. According to Mr. Lowe, you will need receipts to justify your spending, and you can only claim for the percentage that you utilize for work. The ATO's Tax Essentials outlines how and when to lodge, what you need to include in your return, and the deductions you can claim. Mr. Lowe also recommended individuals to consider discarding the shoebox of receipts in favor of the ATO My Deductions app, which he claims allows you to capture receipts and track your expenditure throughout the year. What if I get JobKeeper or JobSeeker? Nearly 5 million Australians received JobKeeper or JobSeeker payments, which are considered income and must be declared to the ATO. Unless you're a sole proprietor, Mr. Lowe believes it won't make much of a difference to you. If you have JobKeeper and are an employee, there is nothing you need to do. That income will be included in your tax return and income statement, and the ATO will automatically include that information in your tax return. If you received JobKeeper and are a sole trader, for example, you must manually include that revenue as business income in your tax return. We acquire such information from Services Australia when we use JobSeeker. That revenue, once again, is automatically included by the ATO by the end of July. What about my secondary hustle? According to Dr. Melissa Bell-Isle, convener of the Griffith University Tax Clinic in Brisbane, if you took on some more side employment during the previous fiscal year, Declaring any additional revenue depends on the activity and how you operated. So, if you're an Uber driver or something like, you're subject to a couple different rules. They have distinct tax rules for those types of jobs, she says. If you've begun making a little extra money on the side and aren't sure if it's a hobby or a company, Ms. Bellal told ABC Radio Brisbane that there are a few red flags. Things like regularity and repetition of your activity, whether your objective is to make a profit by your action, whether you're functioning in a business-like manner, she explains. If you're just selling things very sparingly and not really earning a significant profit and not doing it on a regular basis, that suggests you're possibly not running a business yet. According to Mr. Lowe, if it is considered a hobby, the income earned may not be taxable. If it's a pastime, you don't have to disclose it as income, but you also can't deduct the expenses related with it. For most people, if you have a side business, it is taxable income and should be included in your tax return. What about my cryptocurrency investments? If you dabbled in Dogecoin or another cryptocurrency in the last year, your investment may have added another layer of complexity to your return. According to Mr. Lowe, one of the areas the ATO was focused on this year was the capital gains earned by those trading in Bitcoin. It's critical to understand that there are 4 transitions that trigger a capital gains tax event when you trade cryptocurrency. When purchasing, selling, or donating cryptocurrency, exchanging cryptocurrency for Australian dollars, or using cryptocurrency to purchase goods and services, he states. Any of those 4 transitions would likely result in a capital gains tax event. He believes that thorough record keeping is crucial for anyone investing. It's incredibly important to make sure you've got solid records and you document the cost of the Bitcoin, for example, when you bought it, when you exchange it, or when you sell it, to make sure you've recorded the capital gains and capital losses, he explains. Keep in mind that if you've kept the cryptocurrency for more than 12 months, you may be eligible for a capital gains deduction. We hope you enjoyed watching and listening to this video. Please let us know your opinion in the comments area below. If you found our content useful, please like it and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more crypto-related contents.